Hi everyone, this is Katrina and this is my fourth and final pitch. It's going to be on the elaboration likelihood model from Dayton and Jelsely, Applying Communication Theory for Professional Life, Chapter 7. This is actually one of my favorite theories because I use it in actually the way that I process things in my daily life, and I actually use it when I have my daily conversations. So going off of this, the elaboration likelihood model uses persuasion as a mental cognitive activity as its basis. And so persuasion typically occurs in the mind. So a few things, there's actually two routes of being persuaded. The first route is called the central route. This is actually the best route to go on, except it's always the hardest to achieve. You'll see down in my post that I'll actually post an image for you and explain this for you. But the central route is that which is most successful in persuading your audience. This is more complicated, however. The message in central form is rich in information. There's a lot of information there. There's a lot of the message. It's all rational. Think of things that have like evidence that uses to back up the claim. This is a central route message. These usually result in long-term change, and so if you're looking for a long-term response from your target, this is how you want to go about. Your audience, though, not all individuals are capable of receiving or even being motivated to take it in the central route. So you need to have an audience that are intellectual beings that are going to be tuned to your message. This is where it becomes the most complicated. Also, in order for a message in the central route to be successful, two factors need to be met. Number one, the target must be highly motivated to process the information. So they must want to process the information. If for some reason they don't want to process it, maybe they're busy eating food or maybe they're thinking about something else, then they cannot receive it centrally. The second factor is that the target must be able to process the message. Do they have the cognitive ability to see your message and think about it and elaborate on it? If they do not, then they cannot obviously receive your message through the central route. So that's the first route, the central route. That's going centrally through your message, through your wording, through your rationale. The second type of route is called the peripheral route, which is typically what happens, especially now. The reason I wanted to use this is because it's really important, especially in this political time right now. You can see on the commercials what they use. The peripheral route actually goes the other way in order to persuade you. Therefore, since it's not based on your message and based on nonverbal cues, it's not as strong. But there's so many factors that come into play here, and there's actually 7 common cues that we'll talk about. These rely on your involvement emotionally. So there are 7 cues that kind of go through to persuade you. The first one is authority. Think of when your parent says, "Go clean your room because I said so." That's use of authority. Think of people who have authority over you, your grandparents, your parents, the president, maybe your supervisor. They tell you things and they tell you and you do them in spite because of their authority. So the second one is commitment. This is dedication to a product, a group, a party, a social cause, and these rely on things like symbols. Think of the breast cancer awareness. People align themselves with their commitment to breast cancer awareness, breast cancer research, and so this is something that would be a commitment sort of cue, is because people are dedicated to that cause, therefore they're going to receive your message because they're dedicated to it as well. The third one is contrast. This is contrasting a large favor for a simple request. Think of those times when you are going to tell your parents something and you want to seem like it's bigger than it is. And so this is like a foot in the door tactic sort of way. And so something I would do is be like, "I have a really, really big favor to ask you, really big. Can I borrow $1?" It's like a tiny thing, but you're setting it up to be so much bigger, so they come in expecting more, and then they see you're only asking for this, and then they're like, "Okay, I'll give you that." So the fourth kind is liking. This is, if we like you, we like your product. Think of endorsements, okay? Think of times when, for example, Lance Armstrong, people enjoy Lance Armstrong. They enjoy what he stands up for, and so they're going to buy the product, the Livestrong bracelets. They're going to subscribe to Livestrong.com because it has to do with Lance Armstrong. The next one is reciprocation. This is like eye for an eye. If we do this for you, if you do this for us, we'll do something for you as well. So think of infomercials where they say, but wait, there's more. If you buy this now, we will not only give you the slap chop, we will also give you this handy dandy knife set that probably doesn't even work. That's beside the point. But anyways, this is a good illustration of what that tactic is. If you give this for us, we'll reciprocate. The sixth kind is scarcity. This is urgency. This is also seen in infomercials where they tell you, do this now before it goes out. Or if I see it a lot on Overstock.com where it'll tell you it has a high sellout risk. That's saying you got to get this now because it's going to sell out really quickly. This deal is too good. You have until Friday to get free shipping on this. I'm an online shopper. I know those. You have 1 week to get free shipping, to get this free sample along with your order. That's a good example of scarcity. And the last one is social proof. This is peer pressure. This is when you see everyone getting on that bandwagon. Justin Bieber, everyone's on that bandwagon. I don't know why. I'm not about to see that and be persuaded by this message, but that's beside the point. So those are the 7 cues that are peripheral. As you can tell, these are not focused on the message, but focus on things that are outside of the message. Therefore, they're not as strong, and they don't have the same strength as a central routed message is going to do. So I encourage you to look everywhere, to look at the commercials that you see, and understand these cues that you're experiencing in the commercials, in telemarketers, or when you do your online shopping like I do. I see these tactics used all the time. So I hope you enjoyed this. Have a great day.